lots of new things happening. You know, Brazil, 2014 World Cup, 2016 Olympics in Brazil. And I think if their stadiums and operating principles were from the 50s, that might be generous. They've got a lot of work to do down there. So, you know, how can you get ingrained and learn about something out there? So, look for something different. You know, international marketing agencies where there might be some overseas postings. You know, lots of different options. And I think with communications and internet and travel, it's all that much easier. So, that's kind of wraps things up. This is everyone's going to have this somewhere. You either admit it or you don't. You've got a business card from everywhere you were, and the collection just starts to grow. You change the logo, you get a new address, new title, but things do change. But you know, that's been the best thing about my career. It's that it's always been something different. I think I counted. I've been in the business 15 years, and I've had 14 offices. So there's always something going on, and you know, I wish you guys the best of luck as you start your journey. For those of you guys in the business, the grads and the alums that are here, you know, I hope to continue to build relationships with everybody, and it's been a pleasure to hopefully impart some experience, not tell too many stories, and I know the pizza's in the back, so that's my story. So I do think the rest of the evening we do have some networking tables set up with some table leaders that are scattered throughout the room, and I think we'll start that. We'll get dinner first. Okay, sure. I'll take some questions. None from you. Jim.
I mean, along the way, you worked with Andy Dolich and Mike Redler. Can you talk a little bit about the OU network once you leave Athens and you get working with other people that share the same degree?
Yeah, for me it was eye-opening. When I first left, there wasn't the OU network in Vancouver, BC in 1995 wasn't very big. So I really struggled the first couple of years. You know, we're out in the Northwest Territories up there, and really trying to get my feet on the ground and meet some people. But as I moved up, Andy got on board in 2000, and then that's really when things started to happen. One of our years in Memphis, I think we had 7 or 8 full-time staff from the program and another couple interns down in Memphis. So we really worked with Andy's relationship. We worked with the office here to try to educate people about internship programs, and it really started to pay off. And you know, I was able to build a lot of relationships that way. And even outside of, you know, the Grizzlies per se, we started to recognize that there's other people in the Mid-South area that were there. You know, for me personally, I'm trying to work on getting to know some people down in Seattle and Portland, because it does start to build things there. But definitely the network, once you know, we got back stateside with the team, the big challenge being immigration, to get more people involved. But you know, we tried to hire from within the family if we could, and it really turned out, and it's been a great part of our success. Yes? Yeah, we're always going to be compared to Seattle. It's a comparison that happens all the time. It's just 3 hours down the road from Vancouver. Seattle's putting 30,000 plus into that stadium for every home game. Vancouver has a strong soccer history. There's a strong European population in Vancouver, and but I still think it's going to be a big jump. The situation right now is they have a second division team. The Whitecaps play second division right now, and they're going to get elevated up to MLS. Right now they're doing around 4,500 to 5,000 a night. So somehow in the next year they need to find another 20,000 bodies for their new stadium. And their ticket prices are no longer going to be $12 a ticket. You know, they're going up to MLS prices. So I think it will be a challenge. Vancouver has supported professional soccer at that level before. I think it's going to be interesting because these days it's a lot easier to, with our European and immigrant population in Vancouver, it's nowadays so easy to continue to follow your home team back in England or back in Europe that I think that will probably be as big a deterrent from creating new fans in Vancouver as the price point, for instance, is that if you're a Chelsea fan, you can still watch them. You got to get up at 4 in the morning, but you can still watch Chelsea on TV now. So Toronto has had a great success. Toronto-Vancouver is a huge rivalry in everything from sports to banking to anything. So we'll always be compared to Toronto and Seattle. They've got their work cut out for them. The new MLS stadium, it's a football retrofit, so it's not going to be a pure soccer stadium. So time will tell. You know, it's I think a good market, and with Portland joining as well, there's going to be a little bit of a Northwest Triangle up there. So I think we got some built-in rivalries if they can be successful. Yes. We actually, when we got down there, there was a bit of a built-in. They had about 5,000 names on a interest list, so we had some people to target. So it was a challenge to start from scratch. By the time we really got staffed up with people to go out and sell, we were about 6 weeks away from starting the season. So that was definitely a challenge. My focus operationally was just getting us up and ready. Moving across the border was a bit of a challenge, and I think the biggest overall challenge we had was just educating the market that the Memphis Tigers are great. We're not the Memphis Tigers. In that, ticket prices was a step up. Sponsorship and partnership proposals, we're going to add an extra 0. We had 3 times as many home games as the Tigers did, and still to this day, there's a huge, there's a good portion of Memphis that cares about the Tigers and doesn't respect the Grizzlies. And it was just, in a strong college market, there's that inherent risk that you may never win over the college fans. They got a nice new building out of it, but up until the 11th hour, there was plenty of Tiger fans saying, good, go to your new building. We still have the pyramid. It's great. And they got $7 million in new stuff, but I don't know if it was great. But, I think that was educating the market about what the NBA was all about, and was a challenge for us. And it took a couple years. It's a very fickle market. Everybody says it, but in Memphis, when the team didn't win the first couple seasons, our fan base, we had about 13,500 for an average base when we started in 01, and that fell off real quick to around 7,000 or so. And it's continued with the NBA, the drop in attendance. They're probably somewhere around 5,000 to 7,000 season tickets right now. So the honeymoon period wore off pretty quick. We had Pau Gasol and trade him. Good job. Got to work with Jerry West for 3 years. That was kind of cool. So you get these unexpected things. What's that? Doc's here. I can't use that kind of language that Jerry used. One little tidbit: if you can fly the team charter, that's the way to go. Well, that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, on behalf of the Center for Sports Administration, we just want to thank you for coming here tonight and sharing your experiences with us, and for your commitment to the center. So
Great.
we'd like to present you with this plaque.
Thank you very much.
Great job.
Great.
I like the tips on the learning things.
Yeah?
That was very good.
Good.
Housekeeping announcement?
All right, up next, you guys can just go